Hello.
Hello.
We are here live at UFDC in Norfolk, Virginia.
Happy UFDC.
Happy UFDC. This is such a fun video. It's a very special edition video because we have a lot going on.
Yep.
A lot of exciting things happening and several special guests, which is going to make this video so fun and exciting.
It's been, just spoiler alert, we have the whole team together this trip, and I'm so excited to get to see everybody. Even Tamara will be joining us a little bit later. Yeah. So we'll have some guest stars today, and then throughout the rest of the trip, you'll see glimpses of everybody.
Glimpses of everybody, and we hope to bring you, we've been posting a lot of pictures, and we're trying to bring you as much as we can, but we're very busy out here, which makes it very exciting. But the most exciting part of this video is your outfit of the month, which is Summit Style. This one is inspired by one of the ones in the Sporting Fashion book, so a lot of you have been speculating, and we have some big teasers on the schedule, so it shouldn't be that big of a surprise. But this one is so cool, and this one was teased at Tonnerfest in October.
Yep.
And we have it's been seen in a couple of photos. So if you've been wondering and searching and thinking, this is it, and it is so cool. Christopher, this is one that you really rallied for.
Yes,
this is one that because we have always done modern fashion for Grace. So when we started doing these vintage and historic fashions, for me to see her in something like this with the sleeves, with the I'm just not used to seeing her in this clothing. I didn't know what to do.
It's a different silhouette, and I think now that we are whatever this 8 months or something into this, that I'm already desensitized to like
9 months, right? It's
strange.
July.
Yeah. I've never been good at math.
Yeah,
I'm not
neither.
sure,
but we're well into season.
It's been a journey
4
through time, and I've become a little desensitized to like her as a modern character in historic fashions. It feels so right to me now.
I know.
That like
it's going to be hard to go back.
Well, a part of me kind of doesn't want to.
She's just gonna stay.
It feels right for her, right? Like if we can maintain both like forever, then I would be thrilled. I love her. I mean, I love an exaggerated sleeve, but on her frame, I just think it's so pretty. And
it's beautiful.
I know that, you know, I think as doll collectors and doll people, we're excited by extravagant things that are colorful and loud and eccentric or sparkly or whatever. And in some way, this is kind of a restrained ensemble. It's all neutrals, but when you look at the craftsmanship and the detail, it's extraordinary. So
it's extraordinary.
So glad that we could get this one done.
This is very exciting. Now, one of the most exciting things that we have not actually said out loud that maybe somebody has noticed in the video is this is a new Grace.
We have new dolls, you guys.
We have new dolls. And they are going to be of a new venture that we are launching called the VDC Welcome Kits. And the Grace dolls we got in first. So we have 3 new Grace dolls that are in stock.
Yes.
And in fact, the box company just emailed me this morning, say they're shipping the boxes.
Good.
So we have the dolls and the boxes, but this doll, Christopher.
This one's my favorite.
I mean,
we have 3 different Graces. When we spoke to Robert about the speaking of historic fashions, when we were talking about this collection and like doing sort of a historical archive of old clothing, we realized that we still have a modern character to display them, and how nice it would be to have a more apt, historically accurate situation to model your clothing. And so we talked to Robert about maybe historic hair or maybe some different faces that felt more for that era, and he brought out 3 beautiful dolls. So
I already said, Robert, please.
We got to produce some more.
We have to produce more.
Not only do we always need Grace, but we especially need these ones.
Yeah.
Is, I think, my favorite.
It's beyond.
I mean, the face is captivating to me.
Yeah.
It's Grace's sculpt, but I love how restrained the makeup is. We're gonna
put some of the pictures that Diana edited and Christopher took on the screen as you talk about her.
We'll have some more listing photos that I'll do later. Right now, what we have is the sort of portfolio for this month featuring this doll. But when we go to list them, you'll have some new updated pictures, and I think this face is really remarkable for a number of reasons. I loved that with the most recent prior collection of Grace, we had a sort of a re-envisioning of her features. Robert did a fuller mouth with like a more prominent lip shape, and he did a really striking brow and sort of a smaller, more almond-shaped eye, and some really breathtaking play on color. He used purples and reds, and it was just extraordinary. But specifically the way she was painted, I found just remarkable, and he kept a lot of those elements with this. So the brow bone shape and the eyebrow and the eye shape is all very sort of new, but the lip is sort of a classic lip shape for Grace. The way that this is done is very pale, very peachy, very neutral, very soft, and it feels in some way practical, like you might wear when you're on a mountain. But then, of course, you see this beyond updo. This hair is so remarkable, and somebody maybe from an era of yesteryear would have put more time into a really impressive hairdo and not cared about, like, I don't know, bright pink blush. So I think this is really lovely. There are two others that are coming that are really gorgeous. I think one of the two is going to be everyone's favorite.
Yes, but
I love this one.
One of them's like more 50s style, which I love too. But the two that have the very historic look.
Yeah. The other one is sort of like a romantic novel. Like you could put her into like any sort of major time
she's
era.
So romantic and beautiful.
It's very romantic and
so beautiful. We can't wait to show them to you. So the welcome kits will be packaged in boxes that we designed, which is remarkable. This is a new thing because we asked Robert to send us nude dolls. So we have beautiful, beautiful nude dolls that are going to come in a welcome kit that is a VDC box. And when we release the welcome kits, I know that there's going to be a big demand from all of our wonderful customers, but we're going to be creating more welcome kits because we want people to be able to join in, start our subscription, because a lot of people don't know where to start. But if you have a welcome kit, it's going to come with your doll, and then you can just get started with everything. So with the welcome kit, there'll be things that you must have for Grace, such as the rump covers and things like that. We're going to have an array of shoes and basic outfits and things to get started.
Essentials that feature, you know, a range of things that if you're already a fervent collector, this sort of like is the cherry on top of your collection. And maybe you've been waiting for a foothold into the excitement of the subscription boxes, and this gives you that entry point. So I'm very thrilled. There will be more information about that very soon.
There will.
In the meantime,
we have a lot to talk about. We have Summit Style, which is such a beautiful outfit. We're going to chat about it a little bit, and then we have a lot to talk about in this video. All right, so your outfit comes in multiple parts. Christopher forgot the hat for this one at home, but it has a hat. It is wonderful. Now, rock climbing and mountaineering women has a very rich history too.
Yes.
Women would mountain climb in full skirts like this, and they would sometimes wear pantaloons when they were out of view of men, or sometimes they would wear a skirt over pants and then take it off when they were out of view of men. But a lot of the really hardcore women they rock climbed in this, and I found so many pictures, historic images of women scaling the side of mountains in full-on ankle skirts. In skirts.
Can you imagine?
No. I thought, that's so cool. I don't even wear skirts to work because I feel constrained and I just want to be comfortable and move around. And these women were scaling the side of mountains in skirts.
Right.
Where do we even start? The construction is wonderful, but the top, Christopher, you have you take that.
I think there are many elements of this to celebrate. This might be my favorite. First of all, that gold butterfly brooch is everything. It sits right at the collar, so you get a really beautiful sort of like garnish on the outfit. The fabric is gorgeous. It's got a really nice, sturdy but soft quality. I love the color choice. You've got some nice sort of citrusy yellow, you've got cocoa colors, you've got sort of a tawny beige brown, and then there are snaps down the front. So this is really easy to apply. It just snaps right on, and those are hidden really beautifully along the front seam. And these beautiful mutton sleeves are they balloon out of the sides.
They're extra muttony.
Well, and not you just watched us take it out of the package. So this is fresh out of box.
Yeah.
It's also been shipped across the country. So this is very much what you can expect when it gets to your front door. Easy to apply. Love this one. I will say this skirt, fresh out of box is beautiful. You don't really need to do a whole lot to it. I found that it was more amenable to a steaming than an ironing. So if you have a really low setting for an iron at home, fabulous. Otherwise, I steamed this one and I think it's a hit. So really easy to wear. This one, if you're one of the collectors that likes to really sort of partake in the fun each month by undressing and redressing Grace, this one's a cinch. It's so easy. And then you have this gorgeous sort of silken belt with the gold thread snaps along the back. So again, really easy to wear. And then, I don't know, I mean, the gloves.
The gloves.
Those might
okay,
be...
there's two things that we need to talk about here. You can always tell, so these clothes are made by Ruby Red Galleria, top of the line, best in the biz. They're just so incredibly well made. But one of the hallmarks of an incredibly well made outfit is a doll outfit, and people clothes too, are the tiny details that don't matter, that do matter, but aren't necessary that you anyway.
Yeah.
So that was a mouthful, but you know what I meant.
They don't cut corners at Ruby Red Galleria.
And to add the things that aren't necessary, so they could have made this and just sewn the buttons down the front.
Yeah.
Each one of these buttons is a working buttonhole.
Yep. The whole panel.
The whole panel is a working buttonhole. That is so much work. And to do that on every single one is just absolutely remarkable. And that's what sets it apart. The fabric's wonderful, it's beautifully made, but to do that is a tremendous amount of time. And that's what makes clothes expensive, is the amount of time it makes to make them.
Well, and they've got such a beautiful literacy and discipline in craftsmanship. Like, they really know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So
gloves are remarkable, especially because they go up to about here.
Yeah.
So that's new.
Yep.
All the other gloves that we have done have been about right here, wrist length.
We've done either wrist or sort of opera length, but we've not done sort of a coat length glove, and I just
beautiful
think that
cocoa color. To do that is absolutely phenomenal. I have had even other doll factories comment that they did that, and I said, I know.
I know. The fingered gloves they're never not incredible.
Beyond. We'd charge at least $30 for these, because if they were going to make these for us, they would charge us a lot of money.
Yeah.
But when we buy them in the whole outfit, we can do it. And so this is so much fun. I am very excited about this outfit. I am so excited for Summit Style. Quality, fun. You're learning about history, you're doing all of that. So we have a lot to talk about, so let's dive into some of the fun inside this box. So your box is coming with all kinds of wonderful things, a lot of wonderful printed materials, and it is also coming with your bow and arrow that did not arrive last month, that is now here this month for your archery gown. So lots to look forward to, lots of fun. In the cover, and thank you, Diana, for backing these. They're just so hardy now.
Yeah.
She backed these. I like that.
I know.
It feels very official. But this outfit is near and dear to my heart because, and last month too, because it speaks to women's empowerment, and to think about those women that were out doing the dang thing, scaling the side of a mountain in a dress because they weren't allowed to wear pants like the men, but just out there doing it anyway, out there doing whatever they could do, and in the hot sun, without all the equipment that people have today, such as the safety equipment and the safety nets and all this stuff.
Right.
And if you look at those historic images of those women, you can see the silhouette of all those skirts literally up the side of a rock.
Side of a mountain.
Yeah.
Like a 90-degree angle. Like they're scaling rocks. It's crazy.
So inspirational.
Yeah.
So we have a little letter to you, and it says, based on a historical mountaineering ensemble featured in the Sporting Fashion Outdoor Girls book, right here. That's what it's based on right there. We didn't bring the book because it weighs a ton, but that's the inspiration. This outfit pays tribute to the late 19th century women who took to the mountains with spirit and determination. Whether climbing the Alps or hiking rugged hillsides closer to home, they forged a path, one that required not only physical endurance, but also social courage. These women faced both rocky slopes and rigid expectations, and yet they pressed forward. Some joined the earliest ladies' alpine clubs. Others redefined what was proper by simply doing what had never been done. Their strength didn't shout, it climbed, one step at a time. Summit Style captures that history in every detail. Strong lines, structured tailoring, and an air of purpose. It's a garment made for movement, for momentum, and for a moments of quiet triumph. So it's a celebration of fashion, of history, of grace, and our wonderful Grace Marie. We ran into a couple people in the sales room actually that were just like, we heard you were extending the subscription, and dang it, I'm gonna have to join because there are rumors that we have an outfit starting in the 1500s. I have sent the outfit over and we have not received it back, but fingers crossed. But anyway.
We're going real
back
far
to 1890,
back.
yeah, 1890.
Yeah.
But we have some really, really fun stuff. Now, the artwork and the paper doll and the craft this month are beyond. They are so wonderful and so good. And we have our wonderful Diana Vining, who is out here in Norfolk, Virginia with us. She is currently on the other side of the screen, and we're going to bring her in and talk about her art. I think Christopher needs to interview. I want Christopher to interview, and then we'll each do our interview, because Diana is very near and dear to both of our hearts.
It's true.
And we each have our own special relationship with her, but it'd be really fun to each get a little Diana time in the video. So I'm going to let Christopher go first, and then we'll move on. So come on in, Diana.
Well, welcome, Diana. Hi. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
This is so exciting. I've never been on this side of the camera before.
Don't be nervous. It's easy. We're very, very excited to have one of the most talented members of our team here with us, not only to enjoy the whole week, but to be in our video. This never gets to happen. So
special.
Thank you for being here.
This is very exciting.
Good.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I agree. Tell us a little bit about like your creative process. When you're making paper dolls and we're sending you garments and we're talking about the idea, when I neglect to give you information on time and you still work with it anyway, what is that sort of like in your brain? How does it come out onto paper?
I actually will research on my own. If you just give me the topic, like today we're talking about mountain climbing. So I did go out and I did find those pictures on my own of the women just trekking across these, like, you know, totally vertical mountainside.
Crazy.
In these skirts. So I will actually, I want to know what I'm drawing.
Sure.
So I will research that. And then I will let my inner child come in, of course. Even if it's Grace, the inner child comes in and thinks about, okay, Grace is mountain climbing, what is she going to need?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I think she's going to need to hydrate. Let's give her a water bottle.
Absolutely.
Just like when we were children and we were playing whatever scenario with our dolls, it's like, well, what's she going to need in this situation?
Yeah.
So
I love that frame of mind, that inner child. This makes you an indispensable creative person for the team, because I think like that's so important when you're talking about dolls. Dolls are about play, so approaching it from a playful perspective is essential, and you stick the landing every time. One of my favorite bits is this that you found, and you discovered all of these little things that might be essentials for when you're outside or camping or hiking, and that even manifested in this beautiful little lantern you found.
So
tell us about this.
I am very much what I call an indoor cat. Yeah. I am not a camper. I love the great outdoors as far as my backyard goes.
And then I love to go back inside.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did have to research for this one. And this was really interesting because I believe this is like a page from a catalog of camping supplies from the 1800s. So having never been in the 1800s or camping, I decided I should definitely look into what Grace might need. We want to help her out and give her what she needs on her adventures. So there was a little lantern here, and one of the things that I learned was that there's an actual folding lantern. So you pack it flat and then fold it up and then utilize it that way. So when you get your craft card, I will show you.
Yeah.
When you get your craft card this month, when you see the folding lantern, that's exactly as it would have been, except made of metal.
This just
We're working in paper.
Design peaked in the 1890s.
So I did not design it.
So smart.
Somebody in the 1800s.
We need to be producing things that are all IKEA-able, you know,
Right.
that come flat and you make them. It's such a great idea.
And of course she has her water canteen with her monogram on it. Yes. And I thought she would need a compass. So a little...
On the other side,
it's fancy. She's got a built-in
It's amazing. Compass. It's such a smart idea.
We will not let her get lost.
You did a great job.
Thank you, thank you. It's a lot of fun. And of course, I always think of Grace as like from Colorado. So we have a map from 1893. So it shows the mountain ranges. So she can pick where she's going to go on her adventure. You can always pick a map based on where you live. Maybe you have beautiful mountains in your area.
Sure.
So that's the beauty of Grace. She's kind of like who we want her to be.
Plop her in anywhere. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, you did a fabulous job with these,
Thank you.
Including your breathtaking illustrations. Again, I didn't write the story until, the nick of time, and you were a very good sport about like, well, it's got to be somewhat intuitive. If she's mountain climbing, she's got to be out in the mountains. And not only did you do a beautiful job, but they actually fit the story so well. So talk us through some of your illustrations, Diana.
Okay, so I am kind of old-fashioned. I do like hand-drawn art. It's very therapeutic. I think all art is from the heart, but for me, this is what feels right. So generally my process is that I will hand draw the character.
Okay.
So drawing people is like my favorite thing.
Sure. Well, and you actually relate a really interesting anecdote just yesterday about how it's so obvious and intuitive to you to illustrate dolls as if they were people.
Yeah.
Because to you, and I think to a lot of people, dolls are a mechanism for sort of processing life and feeling alive, and you breathe life into the dolls and you sort of have a relationship. And you once had a customer ask you to redo an illustration because you had depicted the doll as a person,
Right.
and there were no like visible joints. It didn't look like a doll, and that hadn't even occurred to you,
Right.
Like, well, she's
And
alive.
it's fine, it's fine. It depends on
Sure.
the person's kind of like outlook on what it is.
Sure.
But if you notice, Grace has never had any joints in the paper dolls.
I think it also speaks to how much the character as an illustration jumps off of the page. You really do breathe life into the character, so I think you do a marvelous job
I think
of
she
that.
breathes life into me, honestly.
Oh,
Because it's, like, and I never really like thought of it in those terms.
sure.
But I don't know. And I'm going to venture to say that there's many of us out there. I think some of us could live vicariously through Grace.
Absolutely.
She's done a lot. So
Absolutely.
Definitely
I would
inspirational.
love to go time
So
traveling.
I never even thought of it in those terms.
Sure.
But maybe the lack of joints and stuff is like, you know what? Grace is a little more real than
I think you're
than we
right on.
might see at first glance.
Yeah.
So.
Beautiful. What about the next one?
Okay, so here she's mountain climbing. So
Of
yes,
course,
so
naturally.
I hand draw the drawings, and then I find just like the right background for it.
Truly the perfect background.
Every mountaintop is within reach if you just keep climbing.
And for those that don't know,
let that-
Diana also was an elementary school teacher. So I think she brings that beautiful charm of accessing, both using and accessing your inner child really beautifully. That's a great example.
Thank you, thank you. I think we have a lot to learn from dolls, so I always kind of include that.
That's a good sticker. We have a lot to learn from dolls.
This is like once you've climbed the mountain and
Sure.
you're just looking over all of it.
Yeah.
You see what you've been through, you've seen what you've overcome, and then you're just on top of the mountain, just taking it all in.
At the summit, enjoying the view.
Summit, with her summit style.
Yeah. Love this one.
This was fun.
Beautiful portrait.
So I incorporated, she's hugging her magical book.
Yeah.
Which has been so fun with her traveling not just through time, but to different places.
Right.
So I had to incorporate that.
Yeah, showing some affection for this bizarre contraption that she's found herself with. It's a
The
beautiful
story's
illustration
been
of her.
fantastic.
I just love the expression on her face. She is detailed and real, and she's glowing, and you can tell that she's having a really sincerely good time. Something that's maybe, a little bit more resonant with her in this depiction.
And I have to ask you something.
Oh no.
Because I read into things a lot.
Oh no.
Tell me what's your take on the butterfly pin?
Oh,
I want to hear your take, and I'll give you my
I
take.
love it. What's your thoughts?
My thought is a butterfly is about transformation.
Oh,
And
sure.
She's
Of
been
course.
transforming into these different periods of time and different roles and different. So I was just wondering if that was intentional.
That's very insightful.
The butterfly is perfect.
Sure, I think through that framework, a beautiful idea. I actually
She
hadn't
thought of that.
I wish I could
Totally
say
did.
so. I wish I could say so. That's such a beautiful frame to look
Yeah.
at that through. Yeah, butterflies undergo, really powerful physical transformation that allows them to, at once be sort of creepy crawlers to be, up in the sky.
Right.
And there's actually a little element of that within Grace this month. So yeah, I wish I could take credit for that, but I will give that to you entirely. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
But it's a really lovely touch. A little
I agree.
shimmer of gold. It's
That
really, really pretty.
Ping of light is just like so nice on the outfit. Yeah, beautiful work, Diana. These are
Thank
so
you.
breathtaking.
Thank you, my
Every
pleasure.
single month they are always extraordinary, but these ones really, these are special. So thrilled that we could
love every
appreciate them
moment.
even more than usual with you here. Really delightful.
Oh, this is delightful, for sure.
Good. Speaking of other fun, beautiful pieces from Diana, we have a very fun interactive craft for you this time. Let's talk about the toy Grace.
Yes.
She's not quite a paper doll. She's not quite like a rock climber, but she's a little bit of both.
She's a paper toy.
Yeah. Okay, so this I think is one of the most exciting things that you've done as a paper craft so far. This is a genius idea. Diana, tell us about your mountain climber.
Well, I like paper toys. I like toys and I like paper. So I wanted to create something with grace that would be something with movement.
Sure.
So, you know, I do paper dolls all the time, but I do have a fascination with things that are like paper dolls that are jointed or that
Sure.
have movement, that are not just something that will sit there, although they could do that too.
On another brief note to interrupt you,
Okay.
the Sybil that you made, which we will be showing more of soon, is a great example of that. You have a beautiful, like, jointed, fully actionable Sybil that is so well done, and clearly that sort of like love and passion for movable paper dolls really comes through with this.
Right.
Great thought behind it.
Thank you.
So we've got an actual mountain display made by none other than Diana Viting, and I just realized about 4 seconds ago that she also illustrated a tiny little goat.
Of course.
Just to appreciate her scaling a mountain. Great touch, Diana.
It shows you how high up she is.
Yeah, those details are phenomenal. So you can cut this out, and then how does this work?
Okay, so very simple with things that you have right at home. So all you need is any kind of a string or yarn, and then I can show you the back. It's literally just a straw. A wider straw works better. And then I did some beads just to kind of weigh it down. So this is a climbing doll. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the beads behind and simply pull them apart. And she's gonna climb.
Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen?
Fun?
I love that.
You can enjoy that on your own, or if you have a young friend or loved one at home, they would love this.
Of course.
Just hang it on a doorknob or a hook.
Sure.
Or a light fixture.
Or a
Why
really,
not?
really, really, really big brown paper bag.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you can
It's a
have
mountain.
her. Yeah, exactly. A phenomenal
So
idea.
it's just kind of a fun thing. And we were actually having this conversation too with regard to the crafts. You know, when you think of like crafts and paper crafts and coloring, I think sometimes people automatically think it's for children.
Sure.
And honestly, like this is, for me, it's like so therapeutic. And
Right.
and it's wonderful to sit down and to do something creative and figure out how you're gonna make something work.
Yeah.
It's challenging, it's relaxing.
Yeah.
And it's therapeutic. So if I could do anything on camera, I would definitely just encourage everybody out there to, you know, give it a try. Don't just receive the cards and keep them there.
Yeah.
Try something with them. You know,
Yeah.
you can make the craft, but you could even take it to the next level and do something that I haven't even thought of before.
Right.
You can add anything, if it's lace or ribbons or any kind of like personalized touch.
From the expert herself.
Yes.
Go have fun with them. They're a great collector piece, but like, I think it feels so good to use your hands.
Yes.
And I think doll people especially understand that. So
So such a talented community.
cut out your
We are
paper
the most
dolls.
creative people.
Cut out your toys. Yeah. I mean, it involves dolls and doll making involve every element of creativity. For
sure.
So don't sell yourself short by not taking advantage of it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And share with us too.
And we're back. It is so fun to be here with you, Diana. A fun fact, I think, for all of our wonderful friends out there is that you worked with us at Virtual Doll Convention we met in person for the first time at UFDC last year.
I know. Can you believe that?
And we had been working together since late 2019. So, but I didn't, like, the moment I walked in, I thought it would feel, I don't know, strange maybe, meeting you for the first time after having worked, but it didn't, because we have talked and emailed almost daily for 5 years.
Right. I know. It was like old friends, right?
Yeah, absolutely like old friends.
Which is the best.
It is the best. We have had just a wonderful, wonderful journey and relationship. And I met Diana Vining when I had just started Virtual Doll Convention. I had just completed the very first one. And you emailed and said, can I provide a paper doll for the next one?
Yes.
And I said, well, I'd love to see what your paper dolls look. And I looked on your website and I thought they were wonderful. And I said, yeah, submit one. I'd love to see it. And I think I offered you a job within 24 hours.
Pretty quick. Pretty quick.
Right away.
Yeah.
Because I said, hey, I'm not a graphic designer. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. And we could use somebody to be doing this all the time. And off we went.
Yes. Well, Virtual Doll Convention like really combines everything that I love. Like it really does. Between dolls, I've loved dolls my whole life. The drawing, everything's pulled together with the paper dolls, with the illustrations. It's like everything that I love. Plus, I mean, especially at the beginning when you were doing the conventions, I mean, belonging to a doll club, nothing was better than like putting on a luncheon. So I love kind of that whole, collaborating to bring everybody together and make an event and something that everybody's going to enjoy. So
Yep.
it truly is like, a work of heart for me. So
Very much
Yeah.
is, and you can tell that it is through your work. We've evolved
Yeah.
a lot over the years. When we started we were just doing exclusively conventions, and then I realized that we needed a source of income and we needed to be doing something that I had always dreamed about, which was starting a subscription, and then together we launched that, which was, I called her on the phone. Remember, we had a meeting?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I said, we're going to put out an outfit of the month, and we need a paper doll and a story and a craft to go along with the theme. And then
Yeah.
off you went.
And I thought,
And the first box was pajamas. Raise your hand out there if you have the tropical pajamas. It was such a fun box, and we had high heels to go with it, and we created a story. You created
Yes.
a story, and it was
so much fun.
exhilarating.
and that was 2020?
2021. is when we
2021.
launched
I know
it.
we kept-
were working
yeah.
on it before. We were getting the clothes.
Yeah.
It was in conception for a while, but it finally launched in early 2021. I believe it was March.
And they were fabulous pajamas. If you haven't seen them, go look it up.
They were great.
Yeah.
So Diana has been. We could not be sitting here today if Diana didn't join the team. Truly. So we are so grateful, and it has just been such a blessing. And so I'm glad that we get to be here today too, and we're going to be together in October too.
So much fun, so much fun. I appreciate you because you have, like what I was saying before, is like she took an idea and made it into reality. And I feel like anybody can have a great idea, but if you don't take action and just have that faith that you can make this happen, it will never come to fruition. And you are, I think, the master of that.
Thank you.
So
I've
really inspirational to me too.
Thank you very much.
And you inspire me to sometimes you ask for things and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let me go figure out how to do this.
I know.
And I make it happen because
Yeah.
you help me understand that we can make
And
it
you
happen.
have. I've had come up
Yeah.
with all kinds of crazy requests. One time we put on a convention on a week's notice during COVID. We've done all kinds of things. We've had
Easy.
to shift gears, all kinds of things. But I'm somewhat of an impulsive person. I'll see something and I'll want to buy it. I'll do something, and sometimes that gets me into a little trouble. But sometimes, like starting a subscription or a virtual doll convention, it's worked out for me. So we continue to shine.
It's so much fun. I love the subscription boxes because it's not just the outfit, it's a whole experience.
It's the whole thing.
It's
the
a
outfit is
story.
like, yes, it's wonderful, but that's not what it's about,
It's
really.
a tip of the
It's
iceberg.
the community. It is.
Yeah.
And your paper dolls have been highly, highly collected, and people just love them. Grace looks so fabulous in this month's paper doll. I love that you put on what did you learn from your research with the pants underneath the skirt?
So in my research, I learned about what's called split skirts. And in my mind, to me, it sounds like pants. So they would just be very wide pants. And on her skirt, you would be able to remove the panel and there would be pants underneath. A split skirt, very wide. But I'm sure, more comfortable for climbing, rugged terrain and everything. So her base outfit, I usually try to do like a swimsuit type of thing, or more recently like period undergarments. So I wanted to kind of tell that part of the story by having the split skirt showing on what she's wearing. And then of course she can wear her outfit of the month over
Absolutely.
that.
And if you want to have pantaloons made, if you want to have a split skirt made, there are so many wonderful sewers out there who could make them. If you're one of them, post in the comments, post them in the group. We love creating business for everybody. For what we could manage with our factory and what we could do, the skirt is what we were able to accomplish, which I am very, very, very proud of. But there are a lot of ways that you can enhance this. And honestly, this top I feel like has come in other outfits that you could make too. So if you really want to take it further,
For sure.
and you made the butterfly.
Yeah, so going along with the butterfly theme, I thought it would be so cool if Grace climbed the mountain and when she got to the top of the mountain, butterflies landed on her. So the little butterflies have little tabs on them, and me personally, I would put them in her hair. I made them kind of like they would land on her head and be a cute little hair bow. But I mean, you could put them on her shoulder or her elbow, or wherever you could kind of, or on her hand, wherever you can kind of
Such a good idea.
fold the tab over. So
Such a good idea.
I love the butterfly idea.
I love it.
When I saw that pin, I was like, oh, butterfly.
And I love these little easels. that she
Sub-theme.
made. This is Christopher. We need to have Diana in-house all the time,
Please.
as our paper doll tech.
Yes,
Because
please.
this is good. I love that. You really made it. You made it good.
I brought paper and
The goat climbing, like I cannot. That is just so much fun. So it really is a treat to have Diana here. She has already provided so much help, and when she was with us at convention last year, I said, Diana, we're not coming back without you. Like, this has got to be a yearly thing. So here we are.
Oh, and I'm thrilled. I appreciate that you had me along, and it's such a treat. Like I enjoy you on the screen, but in person, it's a whole other thing.
It's so fun.
And people ask me all the time, yes, they are that wonderful in person. And yes, it's real.
That's very sweet. Thank you. And Diana she's been here through all of it. So she's seen me through all kinds of things. Pregnancy, I mean, just life and death, like everything. We've been through.
We're like moms together.
We are moms together, all the things. When I got pregnant, you sent me those things to help me with my nausea. Like, the
Preggy Pops.
The Preggy Pops.
We've been through Preggy Pops together.
So it's wonderful, and I am very, very, very grateful. So speaking of another mother too, we also have Tamara Casey, who's going to come in the next clip, and she made a wonderful pattern called Summit View. So we have Summit Style, which is our outfit of the month, and Tamara Casey did Summit View. Now we're gonna show her clip that she already made, but then also we're gonna put in a fun clip with her when we see her at the gathering on Friday. So come on in, Tamara Casey with Summit View.
Pioneering women of the late 1800s were full of surprises. Grace's travels have captured the timeline where women started to enjoy more personal freedoms and pursuit of physical activities beyond their usual ladylike pursuits of homemaking and needlework. The women mountain climbers of this time period were the mavericks of the era. Victorian women often climbed in full-length dresses, corsets, and petticoats. Although it is recorded that many of the women ditched those petticoats behind rocks for more freedom of movement when they were out of sight. These women were not just tagging along for the journey. They were leading expeditions and setting new records. Many of these explorers were early filmmakers and accomplished authors. This month's pattern is an homage to these amazing women and is called Summit View. The pattern features a fully lined jacket with a double gathered voluminous sleeve and front closure, a fully lined ankle length skirt with button front detail and roomy pockets to carry traveling essentials for the journey without disrupting the silhouette. If you have time and interest, I encourage you to take a moment to learn more about these amazing women in our history. I hope you feel inspired to sew Grace an amazing adventure outfit from this month's Summit View pattern. And as always, I can't wait to see what you make.
Thank you so much, Tamara Casey, Designs by Jude. She made Summit View to complement Summit Style, and I think it's beautiful. What do you think?
She always does a phenomenal job. Truly, I think Tamara maybe, I'm sure she knows, but doesn't give herself enough credit for how much she contributes to the subscription, and it is tenfold. So thank you so much, Tamara, for continuing to really put your whole heart into what you do. It really shows in your work.
It really does. And by the time this airs, it's the last day of her Christmas and July sale. So be sure to look on her website, Fletcher Pattern Company. It's the Designs by Jude. If you Google it, you'll find it. And she is doing her $5 a day pattern sale. So make sure to check that out. Okay.
Don't miss it.
So this is a long video, but I am very much enjoying it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I hope that you are too, because we also have a lot more to come in this video. We are going to be taking you sort of behind the scenes a little bit of what we're doing at UFDC too, so it's going to be a lot of fun. But we have a couple more things to talk about. So we have our Journey Through Time, Chapter 9. So we're in 9. That means there's 3 more boxes of the official season 4 before we expand. So we're not stopping. We're gonna be going again.
It's a runaway train.
Honestly,
you guys.
I don't
buckle up.
I've been having so much fun with this. I don't ever want to stop.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that we can. If people want this too, I just want to produce.
Why would we?
Well, and we're not producing modern fashions.
We are producing modern fashions.
They are in conjunction so often with the box. So if we can keep, you know,
Yeah.
a regular routine of both, I would be thrilled. And I
Right.
think, you know, customers really would be too.
And Grace, just her vibe and her silhouette just really meshes with the
Yeah.
historic, and so we do such classic Princess of Wales type looks for her.
Right.
Things that I would personally just love to wear, that I would just, it speaks so much to me, and I think it speaks a lot to you, because Grace was a new character that we launched based off of the Sydney sculpt, very classic Robert Tonner, and she was an immediate hit and has never, she's never not been putting out hits. So thank you to all of the Grace lovers and collectors of the world, because she is just been our guiding light in a lot of ways. But
Well, and talking, speaking of, you know, living vicariously through Grace, I think like fashions that you wish you could wear.
Yeah.
I don't have access to like 1800s fashions, right? Like this is such an extraordinary opportunity to play with. I mean, I've said this since the beginning, but like if you can have all of the modern sort of stability and practicality of a newly produced vinyl doll with beautifully done, detailed antique fashions, then I think you get the best of both, because traditionally, if we have access to antique fashions, they're far too delicate to really appreciate. This gives you, you know, the ability to try. So,
oh, I know. I love it. So Christopher wrote this story in the nick of time, but I think I love it.
I crammed this one out in like an hour. So sometimes they come to me really easily, and then
Just like
sometimes it's,
anything.
you know, sometimes it's harder. But I think I will read you a little snippet from this. Okay, so once again, this is 2 pages, but it'll be front to back, so you can it'll be easy to you know, work with. This was her new outlet. Grace found solace in the simple act of being outside. No other activity necessary, she desired the tranquility a mountain trail could offer, the kind that was becoming more and more difficult to harness in the city. It allowed her time to reflect, to organize her thoughts, and to ask herself questions. Questions like, what was making her so antsy at home? She stood in the kitchen at the counter, peering into the nearly full bag she'd packed the night before. Trail mix, check. Water bottle, check. Sunscreen, extra socks, lip gloss, for just the right touch of glamour, obviously. All there and ready to go. Was she forgetting anything? There wasn't much room left. Once more, her mind wandered to the existential library questions. Once more, her mind wandered to the existential library questions, and it occurred to her to take one more thing along. So I'll let you sort of read the rest there. But this one's a fun one. I think it's a little bit more like reflective and contemplative, and sort of brings you even more into the sort of internal dialogue, you know, the landscape that's going on within Grace, and how that manifests, you know, through her story. So enjoy this one as much as I did writing it. And once you're done with that, you can log on over to the Virtual Doll Convention boutique and shop the Grace add-ons this month. We have some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shoes made by one and only Marcia Friend, and she did a fabulous job.
They are wonderful. They are tall boots. The zipper works beautifully. Marcia is here with us in Virginia. She's got a wonderful booth in the UFDC sales room. We're going to show some of her booth, but these are beautifully made boots. Now, Grace we actually tried this with heels and it didn't work. She has to she needs a boot. And
something practical.
Yeah, and I know that you have boots in your collection because we've offered so many, and most of you have like 500 pairs of shoes. So we know you have boots, but if you don't, or if you just want these ones, they are available in the Grace Boutique.
I can say with certainty we have nothing in that color.
No,
so if you want
new.
something that is really sort of a vibrant addition to your wardrobe, they're gorgeous.
Yeah. Or this style. This is a new style.
Flat foot.
Flat foot, wonderfully made. But we did photograph her in the brown
A different
boots.
pair of boots.
Yeah, and it works really well too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that works. But when we tried it with the skin showing on the ankle, it just didn't work.
I initially tried it in just a pump, a heel. They were, you know, antique heels, but they were still like, it's not the sort of garment that you would A, probably show your ankle in, and B, if you were, it would just look different. So I would say, if you don't have any boots at all, definitely consider these.
Yeah.
If you do have a boot, congratulations. Consider one other pair, because I think the flat foot makes a difference.
The flat foot is super fun. Marcia always does her research, and she looks at historic images, and sometimes it is a modern and antique, you know, vintage, like a reimagining. We love using that. Or sometimes it is historically just an exact copy or whatever, but I love that we have the movement to play a little bit, but these are incredibly well made. You're getting a big, nice quality boot for your money.
Laces,
Nice,
buckle, and a zipper. sure.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah,
So
they're gorgeous.
After we're done here, we're actually going to be taking our camera with us, and we're going to be catching up with Marcia and doing some other fun clips. So we don't know. This video is going to be a lot of fun. I guarantee you that. We'll be putting in some other stuff.
Yeah.
But from here, I think we're done filming here at our Airbnb, which is
I think
beautiful.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. And now we're going to go hit the road back to the hotel and have some more fun.
We forgot one more thing, which is maybe the most exciting part.
Oh, the rocks. This was Diana's idea. These are nice.
So we're actually sending you a
Okay.
real geode
I'm so
in
glad you
your
brought it
box
up.
because she needs something to go do
I'm
in
gonna
the
show it.
mountain.
Okay, so when you receive your geode, it's a whole geode. It's gonna look
Yeah.
like this, and you need to take a hammer to it
Crack
and
it
break
open.
it up, and then
Yep.
you'll see these beautiful crystals on the inside.
So
They
I
are
actually,
so beautiful.
we did a little test back at the shop before we left, and I was like, I tried to do this like with a mallet on a
like
workbench that we have, and the whole thing clattered off the table and made a big fuss. And I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna go take this outside. So I took a proper hammer between a boulder that we have, like a landscaping rock, and cracked it open with. I actually took too much force. They're very easy, but a real geode is coming in your box, and you get to crack
Yes.
it open and discover nature with grace.
Yes, so I'm glad you brought it up, because if you just received it, you'd be like, what is this? What is this white thing? It almost looks
It's
like
just a gray blob in your
a
box.
gray blob. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't necessarily know what this was. Like it could have been it almost looks like a piece. So if you're watching this, get your hammers ready, because it is so beautiful on the inside.
Yeah.
And then the possibilities when you cut out your canteen and you have the little rocks at the Grace's feet, like how fun is that?
Yeah.
How fun is that? So this is such a fun, wonderful box. If you would like to be a part of the Grace subscription, we have, I think, 3 or 4 open spots, and you can join us for the rest of the season, which is going through October, and then we will launch again. So we're going to be launching again in November or December. So
I hope you guys are sitting down for the
Yeah.
fashions that are coming, because
well, we're going to be showing some.
we're exhibiting one. If you're lucky enough to be joining us here in Norfolk for UFDC,
Well,
we
we'll
will be
post
showing one of them there.
Yeah.
And
It's amazing. You're not ready. You're not ready.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, you're not ready. So anyway, we're going to go hit the road and do some campaigning for Virtual Doll Convention, and we will see you in a minute on this video. Bye.
Bye.
And just like magic, we are here, and I often say in studio with Tamara Casey, but for real, she's in studio.
Absolutely in
This is not a
studio.
hologram. You are here with us.
I'm
in
excited.
Norfolk, Virginia. This is so exciting,
Yes.
Tamara. Thank you for coming down.
My pleasure. It's good to see you guys
Good
again.
to see you too.
Thank you.
Tamara's going to be on hand with the VDC team tonight for the VDC gathering, which we are so excited about. It's going to be a blast.
Absolutely.
But Tamara, we have had a lot of nostalgia in this video. You're going to see the whole video when it airs. But we talked a lot about the start of the subscription and those grounding years in the very beginning. And you did patterns at the very start. At the very beginning, we have been doing this together.
It's been a while. We've been
Yeah.
doing it. It's working. It's working.
But what has this journey been like for you? It's been 4 years.
That is absolutely amazing. I can't believe it's been 4 years, and it has been a really good developmental process for my business and for our collaboration. And it's really struck a lot of opportunity to use new creativity and to improve my own skills. And I've loved watching everything that everybody's made, from the patterns and just their enthusiasm and individual interpretation of what they're making. So it's been beyond, like, I wouldn't have been able to predict it had someone asked me back then what it would look like 4 years from then.
I love that.
So thank you.
I love that. And what has your YouTube journey been like?
Oh my gosh. It's been a good journey, I think, in general. The biggest value for me is that it gives people the opportunity to have some instruction on what they're trying to do in their own creative process. And a lot of times I learn things from the comments that people leave in the description. Why they ask me specific questions, and I think, I don't know, why do I do it like that? And so I think it gives everybody an opportunity to grow their skill set and to just share in the community for sewers as well as doll enthusiasts. So it's
love
been
that.
really, really good.
I love that. And the first time you did a video was for a virtual doll convention, and you said, I don't think they want to see that. And now you have over 15,000 subscribers on your channel and growing.
Yes, yes.
And you get super thanks all the time from community members, and each one of your videos always has tons of comments, so they want to see that.
Well,
and you do a very good job.
I'm very thankful that people like the content and that they continue to come back and to support the channel. It's really more for the sewers and the people that support my pattern business than it is for me. My goal isn't to grow my YouTube channel necessarily, but to just continue to provide information and techniques about how to make sewing less frustrating and a little bit easier. So I thank everybody that does tune in, and I often want to be more personal and share more things with you, but at the end of the day, I just really want to answer the questions that you have about the product. So if you have a personal question, you can always list it in the comment section as well.
Oh, well, Tamara's always been very accessible, super helpful, and very wonderful. So this month is such a fun month. You did Summit View, which she named hers Summit View, and we named ours Summit Style, and we did not collaborate on that.
That's right. We just automatically knew that if you were going to go up the mountain, you would want to get to the summit and see that view. So it makes
that was so cool, though. Great minds think alike.
Absolutely.
Totally. So what has it been like also to do yours emulated off of the Grace boxes? What does that feel like when you see it and then you create it?
It's given me the opportunity to learn a lot more about historic fashion, not in a technical sense, because obviously a lot of the things that I do aren't technical sewing from a historic perspective, but it has given me a chance to learn about leg and button sleeves and different styles that I was unaware of, and create new silhouettes, which is always really, really fun. And I'm particularly excited about this sleeve. It's unique and different from the other 1890s styles that we've done, because it does have a gather at the back of the sleeve as well as the sleeve cap, which I think creates a nice volume, which from the Grace Box subscription outfit was an amazing sleeve. I'm still jealous, you know? It is so muttony, it's so perfect. On this particular one, I did copy the idea of the pictures that Rachel sent me, and I installed my first buttonholes. I imagine it surprises many of you that at this late stage of my sewing career, I have never done that. And mine are not functional, but could be available to be functional, but this pattern can also be created without the buttonholes at all. So people that are a little bit timid about it, they don't have to do it, but I recommend you watch a YouTube video about creating them, because it takes like 5 seconds and it's so worth the extra detail.
I think this and I agree, and there's so many wonderful YouTube videos out there that will help you with things, but I think this is such a testament to your skill and creativity when you can emulate an outfit like that.
Thank you.
That outfit is not an easy outfit to do. The historic, maybe it was for you, but I'm not a pattern maker. I'm just saying, from a bird's eye view, I would say that that's not a simple one.
No, that's not something that I intuitively would have known how to put together, but I was sharing with Christopher that there's a lot of YouTubers that sew for human people, and the Closet Historian did a similar type sleeve that I used for this particular pattern, and that really gave me the inspiration to create the design in a little bit different way than I would have been able to come up with on my own. I've said 1,000 times that I'm a self-taught sewer, and so a lot of times it's not intuitive. I just have to think, well, how would I do it? Not because I know how to do it from the onset, which is, I think, inspirational to anybody that's trying to do something new, that you just move into it and do your very best, and it doesn't have to be the exact same process to get to a similar result. So you just find your best way, the easiest way, the least frustrating way, and ta-da.
That is so true. Find the way that works for you to figure out how to do it. Well, today is the last day of your Christmas in July sale.
Yes.
How has that been going?
It's been going fantastic, and I'd like to thank all the customers that continue to stop by. There's some that surprised me that they literally have anything left to buy. You should all have about 1,000 patterns in your collection by now, but I appreciate you so very much, and I'll continue to put things out as long as you're interested in buying them. So thank you.
Tamara does. She finds wonderful things and accessories and wigs and shoes and all kinds of wonderful things. So it's on the Fletcher Pattern Company. Designs by Jude is her website. And for those that may be new here, who are the Judes?
Oh, the Judes. Oh my gosh, let's give some homage to the Judes. That would be my husband, Joel Jude, my 2 sons, Jacob Jude, and my other son, Joshua Jude. So people often think my name is Judy Jude, but it's not. So please don't call me that. But I will answer to it if you do, so.
I love that. I always love reminding our friends out there your roots and that it's intertwined with your family. I think that's wonderful. So we are going to now take off and do our VDC gathering out here at UFDC.
I hope you're here.
Well,
you won't be here because we'll have already aired.
But if you did already experience it and you were here, put it in the comments.
That's right. I look forward to seeing you. I hope I see you today. So.
That's right. All right. We'll see
Bye.
you soon. Bye. And like magic, we are here in the UFDC sales room, and we are in the booth with Marcia Friend of Facets Boutique. Hi, Marcia.
Hi.
We're
It's so good
excited
to have you here.
It's so good to be here
Yeah.
too, and be on
This is great.
the video together.
Yes, for once.
And your show has been so busy. Every time we come to Marcia's booth, it has been packed
It has
full.
been crazy.
Yeah,
It's been absolutely
truly.
crazy here.
So we just found a moment, and people are waiting to come in while we're filming. So we have a lot to talk about, though. So we're going to get into it. So our boots, our mountain climbing boots of the month, are amazing. Tell us about them.
So I did a flat shoe, but it goes onto Grace, and almost any doll can wear it because it's flat and it will hide the heel. There's enough room that it's not going to show the heel sticking out or anything. I did lace-up boots, which they should be tied before you put them on because they actually zipper up the back. So they will come untied. I would tie them into as small of a bow as possible and clip the ends, and you can stick a little bit of clear nail polish or a tiny drop of tacky glue or fray check, and that will hold the knot in place so you don't ever have to worry about it untying either. I did a buckle on them, which was not traditional for hiking boots of the period. The buckles actually came kind of later and more for skiing, but I liked the accent of the buckle on the boots, so I put them on here to go with the laces so it wasn't just a lace-up boot.
They're fabulous.
And I did them in two colors, so one matches the skirt very closely, and the other matches the plaid that's in the jacket.
You did a wonderful job matching these, and you
Thank you.
always do such a fabulous job. These are
you.
great, and we don't have anything like this in Grace's closet. So
No, they're really nice, very nicely detailed in the details on the bottom.
We're very happy with them.
Yeah.
And another thing that I'm excited to show our wonderful friends out there in Marcia's booth, I want to mosey on over here because you have this shoe rack, Marcia, that is amazing. And we can turn it around a little bit.
Yes, so
and there's all kinds of wonderful shoes.
So this whole rack is for Tyler size. This whole rack is for Elowen size, with 3 that fit both Grace and Elowen. This whole rack is Grace size. This is American model size and high heel fashion BJDs. Then I have shoes for Anne.
Oh wow, look at all those. Oh, look at the boots.
Yeah.
Oh, those are great.
Shoes for Anne. I have shoes for Leah. And the bottom ones also fit Anne here, so they're on my website for them. And then I have for Fashion Royalty, Tiny Kitty, Integrity Gem, Silkstone Barbie, all these different sizes here, and
then-
tons of jewelry.
And tons of jewelry. I love that. And Marcia does a lot with the magnetic pins.
These
so
are
you
all
don't have to make holes inside your doll outfits.
So these are all magnetic, and you get a back magnet that goes on the inside. And I also make most of the jewelry, which I was told that I should tell people, because
You make it yourself.
and most of it I make myself.
She makes it herself.
Most of it.
That's amazing. And then also, I love the hats. So you work with
There's a woman.
hat
She's a friend of mine.
designer.
She's a friend of mine. Her name is Gudrun. She lives in a very tiny town in Germany, and she was a milliner in a previous career. And she makes these. They are all made by hand. They are all stitched. There's not a drop of glue. A lot of them use vintage fabrics, vintage findings, vintage trims. She does a fantastic job with just manipulation of fabric for origami. I mean, this is just your standard rickrack
It's beautiful
that
though.
she wove together. Amazing hats.
I am always very impressed by the selection of hats, and they are one of a kind.
They are
And
one
so
of a kind.
You do have them on your website.
Yes.
Which is Facets Boutique.
FacetsBoutique.com.
At FacetsBoutique.com, and also Marcia has all kinds of wonderful accessories too. So if you can pan over a little bit here, Christopher, we have Tiffany lamps and we
Not on
have
my website.
furniture. So how do we get the Tiffany lamps?
You come to a show.
You come to the show. That's
They are as I can find them. Sorry.
I love these, and the little dogs underneath the Tiffany lamp. So that's one of the values of coming to a show live, if you can, because you get to find and experience so many wonderful things.
I just got in these cute little buckets. I don't know if you're doing anything summery for Anne, but these are so cute. Buckets and little sand tools.
Those are the perfect scale.
They are.
Well, you might get some
I have to
emails
photograph
about the
it.
Tiffany
Yeah.
lamps.
Okay. If I can get the individual photos, they're all like whatever I am able to get, and I haven't been able to get any for a while.
They're very good. They're amazing.
And I have backdrops with me too.
and backdrops. Oh yeah.
Lots of
She does
backdrops.
a wonderful job with backdrops, and I just, since the beginning, Marcia, she did all of the shoes for the first season of the subscription for Anne. all of the
Cute
shoes.
necklaces. And the perfume
even though we
bottles.
have a shoe factory, we keep coming back to Marcia because her shoes are fabulous.
They are.
They are. So we keep coming back.
And I love doing the
we do it.
shoes.
Yeah.
Just got these in.
those are
These are like purse
Oh,
charms.
those are great. And Marcia's also doing shoes for next month's outfit as well.
Yes,
So we have
which we
lots
will
of
be
shoes
showing.
coming. So we will be showing that as well. So thank you, Marcia.
Thank
I'll
you.
let you get back to all the people that are gathered here outside of your booth to come
Yeah,
shopping.
they're on that side.
And have a great rest of your show.
Thank you so much, and thank you
Okay.
so much for having my shoes.
Thanks for doing the shoes. All right. Bye. Bye.